and AM 1160 on your Wednesday morning. In the studio with me this morning, three stellar individuals. Adam Campbell from Diamond Drug, Diamond Medical Supply. Also, Cammie Anderson from the Armstrong, Indiana Clarion Drug and Alcohol Commission, and Indiana County Sheriff Bob Fyock. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Todd.
It's good to have you here with us today. Our conversation brought to you by Marcus and Mack, a law firm representing injured people. If you three are here together, then it must be time for Drug Take Back Day, I'm guessing. Just a wild guess there. Adam, this is something that Diamond Drug got behind a year or so ago, and continuing. It's a really important day, isn't it?
Absolutely, and it goes beyond a year ago. I've been with the company 8 years, and we've been doing it since then and before that, actually. But yes, we're very pleased to be hosting Drug Take Back Day at Diamond Drugs, 670 Philadelphia Street, with the help of the Armstrong, Indiana Clarion Drug and Alcohol Commission and Sheriff Fyock. They'll be with us from 10 to 2, and we'll be taking back unused, expired, unwanted medications for safe disposal.
10 to 2 on Saturday.
Right.
Where do people take them?
Right to Diamond Drug. Just bring them on in the store,
Mm-hmm.
and look for Sheriff Fyock will be there. Also, some representatives from the Drug and Alcohol Commission. They'll be set up. Our pharmacist will also be helping out as well.
Right there on Philadelphia Street.
Right there on Philadelphia Street.
Okay. Now, there are probably, I know there are some things that you can't bring, correct?
Right. Syringes, illicit drugs, of course. Am I missing anything? Needles. Yes, needles,
yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Risk of bloodborne pathogens.
Those things you don't want to bring with you. Cammie, this is something that Armstrong, Indiana Clarion Drug and Alcohol Commission obviously is quite concerned about. You deal with folks who are stuck in addiction, and it's very, very easy, to think that, if you're addicted to drugs, it must be because there's heroin out there, there's fentanyl out there, there are all kinds of street drugs out there, and that's how you get addicted. But that's not always the case by any means, is it?
It isn't, and we have surveyed youth in Pennsylvania, and they say the number one place for them to get their supplies of prescription drug is in relatives' medicine cabinets.
Yeah.
So that is why it's important, if you're not using the drug anymore or it's expired, to bring it to the drug take back and get it out of there so that no one has the opportunity to misuse it.
Yeah, absolutely. I would guess, and you could confirm this, but if people were to open up their medicine cabinets or their closets where they keep their old medications, they would be amazed at what's in there.
Probably, yes.
because Adam, as you know, those things, they pile up, and you might take your prescription for a while. You might get it refilled once or twice, but at some point you decide, okay, I don't need this anymore. You just toss it in the thing, and it sits there.
Yes, it's very easy to lose sight of what you have.
Yeah, completely. All right, Sheriff Bob Fyock, let's bring you in to talk about this as well, because you, in your duties down through the years, you have had to encounter people who have been under the influence, of course, other people who find themselves addicted to drugs, whether illegal or not. And you are certainly well aware of how dangerous it is in the community and to the community.
It is. There's no doubt about that, Todd. Like you said, some of the prescription medications is starting with the friends, family, and that's how some of these people start getting addicted to this stuff. You were saying about having it for a longer period of time. We had one gentleman and his wife brought it in, I think, 3 drug take-backs ago, that their mother was deceased, and they were cleaning out her house,
Mm-hmm.
and they found drugs that had been in there for 30-some years. And they could still be potent if the right person maybe got a hold of it. That's the problem.
Yeah.
And a lot of these people don't understand how serious this is, but if you don't need it, get rid of it. We have had some major drugs turned in that are in blister packs
Mm-hmm.
For cancer patients and everything else. Very addictive, but the prescription may change by 5 or 10 milligram, and they may have only had 1 or 2 tablets out of that blister pack. Now they got the whole pack and they can't take them anymore.
Yeah.
And this kind of stuff just lays around in the house, and what do you do with it? But over the years, we have established that We do have drop-off boxes. I just want to get this information out, Todd. The Indiana Police Department has a drop-off. The Indiana County District Attorney, Blairsville Borough Police, the CVS out on Warren Road, the IUP Police, and also the State Police Barracks now have drop-off boxes. So we can get rid of this at all times as long as they follow the procedure to do it.
So those are available any day, not just
Anytime.
this day
But
coming
again,
up on
we
Saturday.
still have large quantities turned in every time we do this.
Yeah.
Last year we had 2 take-backs, and the one I had 150 pounds turned in, and the other one was 180 pounds. So that's the most we ever collected here in 2 times, and that was 330 pounds of unused drugs.
So those drugs then get disposed of, but how? What's
Yes.
the mechanism for that to happen?
Once it's turned into us, we take it, we box it up, get it ready, then we turn it over to the DEA agents who transport it down to Pittsburgh or wherever they might be taking it, who's in charge, Philadelphia, wherever.
Yeah.
But then it's incinerated at a very high degree, and it's properly disposed of.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it doesn't fall into somebody else's hands. It should have no authorization to have it at all.
Yeah. Adam, from the standpoint of Diamond Drug, as someone so very much involved in distributing prescription drugs properly to individuals, the dangers of drugs that have expired but still have their potency, drugs can change character once they get past their expiration date. But the bottom line is they're always going to be dangerous.
That's right, of course. And not just the effects of taking those medications when you're not supposed to, but also there's an environmental element of it too that I think is important when you're considering taking these back and properly disposing, as the sheriff just talked about, because prescription drugs can get into groundwater and things like that and cause some forms of pollution. So just throwing them away isn't always the best solution. To get them properly disposed of in the way that Take Back Day does is also good for the environment in addition to everyone's health.
Yeah, flushing them down the toilet used to be the preferred method for people, but we've learned the dangers of that.
Right.
Yeah. So again, it's at the Philadelphia Street Diamond Drug location.
Right.
It's Saturday from what time to what time?
10 to 2.
10 until 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
Cammie, when you think about Armstrong Indiana Clarion Drug and Alcohol Commission and your mission to help people find their way out of addiction, this seems to me like it would be one of those first steps to take.
Yeah, we've been involved in this since 2010, I believe was the first National Drug Take-Back Day. And we also do drug take-backs at different times during the year. And, of course, we've helped fund the permanent prescription drug take-back boxes at the police offices and CVS pharmacies. So this is a priority for us it's part of our prevention program to try to prevent any drugs from being misused by any members of the family.
Yeah. So your suggestion would be for people who have addiction problems, I would think probably you would say to them, you need someone to help you to do this. Because they might just have the idea that maybe I'll just hold on to these just so I have them here. They don't need them there.
Right. Yeah, we prefer they get rid of them. And if anybody does feel that they have an addiction issue and need help with that, they can call our office at 724-354-2746. You can stop into our Indiana office, which is in the bottom floor of the atrium, or you can call the open door. Are 3 ways in Indiana that we prefer people to look for help.
Yeah. And just so people know, Armstrong Indiana Clarion Drug and Alcohol Commission is one of those organizations which does such amazing work and does so not in a judgmental way, but in a way that is simply to help people to escape a very, very dangerous situation.
Right. Our goal is to meet the person where they're at and to work with them from that spot. If they're just contemplating going to treatment, we can work with them that way. If they've been in recovery for a while and feel they are slipping back and might relapse, we can work with them at that point in time, any point in time. And we talk with the person and let them decide how they want to get help, whether it be through a formal treatment program, medication-assisted treatment, or going to an inpatient program or outpatient program. We help them navigate the system. And, of course, all of our services are free to the public.
Yeah. Sheriff Fyock, from the law enforcement angle here, the idea of medications getting into the wrong hands, especially if you've got young children in the house, and those medications are freely available to them, there are some really serious ramifications for those who keep drugs in the house that don't need to be there, aren't there?
Exactly, and that's one of the things I try to do, Todd, when I'm out talking to these young kids, that even if you have a friend or somebody you're not even really aware of try to get you to take a drug or do something, they're not your friends. Get away from these people.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these people, and some of these kids have actually grown up in houses, which Tammy can attest to, of these people that are on drugs all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem is some of these kids know how to make liquid meth already because they're growing up in this atmosphere.
Yeah.
But it's very dangerous, but we've got to try to get to these kids as young as possible to be proactive and be preventive so we don't have to react to them on down the road in the future.
Yeah, and certainly the youngest among us, the youngest of children, Adam, toddlers, in one pill can be a killer. So we have to get rid of this stuff.
Absolutely. I've got 2 toddlers at home myself, and that's always top of mind with making sure that everything's kept up and away. And if we don't need it, get rid of it.
Very good. So one more time.
Yep. This Saturday, April 30th, 10 to 2 at Diamond Drugs, 670 Philadelphia Street. And just a reminder for anyone who's never been to Diamond, we do have parking behind our store off of Gompers Avenue. If you don't want to park on Philadelphia Street, you can just park right behind there.
All right. Very good. Thanks so much all for coming in to visit with us. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Todd.
Thank you, Todd.
It is the voice of Indiana County, WCCS.
How would you like to win $1,000?